Oh, I think it's active. She's, as you can see, I'm freezing. Normally, I'm not this cold. In fact, I love the cold. But I've had less than 3 hours sleep, and my immune system is really down. I was like a zombie for, I can't hardly function. But to try to stay awake today because I want to be able to sleep tonight, I started looking for pictures, to tell you the truth, of when I was a child, and cut my hair so that I could glue it onto my doll because I didn't like her bald. And I wound up discovering a PDF file that was uploaded in 2015, and I spent 2 years and $70,000 researching it with Trent Faldine. And at the time, it was such complicated shit, there's no way I could understand what the heck it was. So I started reading it. And my God, I'm putting this on YouTube. I don't know what the title I'm going to give it is, but here's the bottom line. If you're a Canadian, I don't want you to think that you can sue the Canadian government when you've been the victim of real estate fraud and you're been robbed of your spousal rights. If you're a wife, a husband has all the rights. Okay, so I discovered that Trent had completely lied to me, saying that I as an individual could file against the Canadian government and get a lot of this corrupt banned and changed, but he tricked me into researching, and I was very ill. I have this tumor and I had nerve damage, and I don't know how he could have been so cruel as to put me through all that work and spend all that money, which eventually made me homeless and bankrupt. And then when I ran out of money, he fired me. And I discovered now by reading this document, because what it is, it goes back to 1861, covering all Supreme Court cases on real property, real estate, spousal rights, fraud, etc. Well, here's the bottom line. No individual in Canada can change a law in Canada, despite how corrupt the law is in itself. Our entire legal and court system in itself is not democratic and denies any protection of human rights for real property, no spousal protection of wives, so it's biased against women in law, and fraud is limited to 1 year. 1 year, people, and it must be in writing in full documented proof, which is impossible. It took me over 18 years to get the evidence in the first place on the fraud that both my father and my brother had committed. Anyway, so thereby our laws protecting only the criminal who has committed the crime. Now, it's a 60-page on PDF. And if you email me direct, if at any time, if I'm still alive, and any individual in Canada wants to investigate the unbelievable corruption and lack of human rights in law that is legal in Canada, I'll send it to you. But I tried to put it on Google Docs, and it's there, but I could only share it by email. I tried to put it on Facebook, and I couldn't do that. So then I typed it up, and I couldn't do that. I would have to download all 60 pages one by one in JPEG, and quite frankly, I've done all the work I'm going to do on this, on human rights in Canada. I'm 78, and I'm done. Okay? So I just want you to know, don't try suing the Canadian government, because you can't. It's impossible, and the system is designed that the lawyers can take you for everything you have, and you lose, because we don't have that right to sue, you see? Catch-22. The lawyer will help you to sue all right and take every dime you've got, but you don't have the legal right to sue the Canadian government on anything to do with real property, or spousal rights protection, for that matter. Good luck. Anyway, over and out. Fiddle-dee-dee. Yowzer. And I'm going to, this is not how I looked when I wake up. This is my camouflage.